Hello, my name is Ashley, and I'm going to show you how to do shortcut double-digit multiplication in your head with numbers between 10 and 20, or should I say 11 and 20. Now, I'm assuming that you already know basic addition, like 3 plus 3, 3 plus 8, and basic multiplication, which is like 3 times 8, 4 times 2. Now, here's where we're going to start. The first problem is 12 times 13. Now, the way that we're taught to multiply traditionally, which is a long way. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. And 1 times 1 is 1. Then we add it all up, and we get 156. Now, here, trying to get my camera right. It's mirrored to me. So here's the answer. Now, I'm going to show you a shorter, more easier way. And it's going to seem a little easier to me because I already know how to do this. And you may catch it right away, but a little practice, trust me, it's much more beneficial. Now here again, we already know that 12 times 13 is 156 because we just did it. But the reason I'm using the same problem again is so that way you can get a better understanding. So rather than just cross, multiply one and then that other one and put the answers down and add them all up. A quicker way is to cross multiply. We know that any number between 11 and 20 is going to be a three-digit number. So we know there's going to be a hundredth column, a tenth column, and a ones column. So the goal is to get all of this the first time around without having to multiply, number, and add. What we're going to do is do a cross multiplication. We're going to get this middle number together first. So in order to do this, and there's two ways. The first way is you're going to multiply and then add in the problem. 3 times 1 is 3, plus multiplying. 1 times 2 is 2. So we already did the cross multiplying. Now we're going to add 3 and 2, which is the results of the cross multiplying. 3 times 1 is 3, plus the 2 times 1, and that's your middle number. That's a 5. Then you multiply the 2 times a 3, and 1 times 1, and that's 156. That's your same answer. And we're going to do another problem. Now, if you're one of those people who memorize the mathematical charts, you probably already know that this is what this is. It's going to be 121. But even still, it serves the same purpose. Traditionally, we will go 1 times 1 is 1. 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 1, 2, 1. Of course, it's kind of quick, but when you do longer problems, you'll see what this builds. But why go through all that wasting paper and writing all this stuff down like that when you can do it simply, much more smaller? We already know, like I said, any double digit numbers between 10 and 20 or 11 and 19 or 11 and 20 is going to be three digits at the end. Well, we can do this in our head. We already know to crisscross and add. So if you cross multiply 1 times 1, you know that that's going to be 1. And then you do the other cross, you know that's going to be 1. So 1 plus 1 is what? 2. 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 1 is 1. So you have 1 and 1. Because when we crisscross, remember, crisscross, multiply, then you add the two results. 1 times 1 equals, when you multiply 1 times 1, that equals 1. Multiply the other 1 times 1, and that'll equal 1, and that's 2. Because the target here is when you crisscross multiply, you're trying to get this middle number first. And your middle number is 2. Then you just do a regular down multiplication. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. You already got the 2. 121. This is something you could do in your head. Very simple. Do this in your head. Now, here's one that's a little bit more difficult. And what makes this number difficult is because you're going to be carrying over. Like the other ones, you didn't have to carry anything over. So what happens when you have to carry something? When you cross multiply, you're going to have, with these two numbers, you're going to have an extra number over. Plus, you also, when you multiply it down, you're going to have a number here to carry over. But it's still the same process. You're going to crisscross multiply. That's what this X for. Put arrow through. Now, this is what I call thinking ahead. And remember, it's going to be a double-digit number because it's the teams multiplying. I mean, it's going to be a triple-digit number. So, 1 times 1 is 6. 1 times 8, okay, let's put it over here. 1 times 1 is 6. I'm sorry. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 8 is 8. And remember, we're going to add. But before we add, we can look and tell that this is going to have a number to carry. So, before we add, we're going to go ahead and multiply this. 6 times 8 is what? 48. So we know that on here, 1 times 1 is 1. But because we have such a large number, we can only fit 1 in this area. So the first number, which will be in the ones column of this area, will fit here. And I know it's starting to sound complicated, but this is just for explanatory purposes. And I'm going to break it down for you on the other side. So we already know that crisscrossing like this, the 1 and the 8 is 8, the 1 and the 6 is 6, add them together, you're going to get 14. But I'm sorry, yeah, you're going to get 14. So 14 plus the 4 from this 48, which would be 18. Plus 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 8 is 18. Now you still have that 1 left over from here. So 1 times 1 is the same process. 1 times 1 is 1 plus this extra 1 here, which gives you 288. Now, without all the confusions with the writing and stuff, if it doesn't make sense, I'm going to help you right now. The process was simply the same as these smaller numbers that we did. The 11 times 11, which was 1 times 1 is 1, because we're crisscrossing to get this middle number. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1, and we add those two ones together, we get 2. That's the middle number. Then we multiply down. 1 times 1 is 1 again, and 1 times 1 is 1 again, so we have the outside number, that's 121. But when you have a number like this, it's the same process. You're just holding these numbers in your head. So once again, 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 6 is 6. So we know after we crisscross, we have to add the results of the multiplication, which turns out to be 14. But clearly we can see that the middle number would be 4 for the 14, but we already know that that's not going to be the end all, because we know that 6 times 8, when we go to do the end number, it's going to have another number carrying over. And since when we crisscross, the result was 14, and we multiply down, we know that that's 48. We're going to carry that 4 and add it to that 4 that's in the middle and make that an 8. And this is an 8. And because 14, I'm sorry, the 14 plus the other 4 that made it 18, we still have an extra 1. What are we going to do with it? Well, because we're going this way and we have to multiply 1 times 1 is 1, that extra 1 from the 18 gets added to that, which makes it 2. 288. Now, if you have any questions, if this wasn't extremely clear to you, I'll be happy to guide you. Because sometimes when you're new to things, what makes sense to some may not make exact sense to others. I'll give you one more. We're going to do 14 times 14. Now, I'm going to give you a moment to figure this out in your head. But you should be able to look at this right now. You should start to see a pattern, actually. A new pattern. And a new pattern is because we crisscrossing. We're multiplying 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 4 is 4, and to get that middle number, because remember, there's always going to be a 3-digit number. So we try to get the middle number out of the way. So 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 4 is 4. Now, that will be 8. But we know that because we see 4 times 4, when we get ready to do that ending, we know there's going to be something that carries over. So 4 times 4 is what, 16? What we're going to do with that 1? We're going to add to that 8 and make it out a 9. Now you can either write it down right away, or you can just kind of see it coming and just add that 1 over to the beginning and make that 8 a 9. And then, of course, since there's nothing from here, it's not like 19 or anything, it's just 9. We can go ahead and do 1 times 1 is 1, and your answer is 196. Well, I hope this was a help to you. Next, I'll show you how to do double-digit multiplications with numbers from 20 to 99.